Have you ever stopped to consider the vast universe of experiences that lie just beyond your grasp? The books you haven't read, the places you haven't visited, the flavors you haven't tasted, the conversations you haven't had. In this moment, you exist within a finite bubble of lived reality, surrounded by an infinite ocean of potentiality. And within that ocean lies a curious enigma, a philosophical puzzle that whispers at the edges of our understanding, the paradox of the untasted fruit. Imagine an orchard stretching further than the eye can see. Each tree in this boundless grove bears a unique fruit, unlike any you've ever encountered. Some glow with an otherworldly luminescence, promising unimaginable sweetness. Others pulse with vibrant colors, hinting at exotic and tangy flavors. Still others remain shrouded in shadow, their potential delights or perhaps dangers unknown. Now you, the explorer of this orchard, can only ever taste a finite number of these fruits in your lifetime. Each fruit you choose to pluck and savor closes the door on countless others. This isn't simply about the sadness of missing out. It's about something far more profound. It's about the very nature of the fruits you don't taste. Do these untasted fruits possess a genuine form of existence? They have the potential to be experienced, to evoke sensations, to impart knowledge. But without the act of tasting, do they truly enter the realm of your reality? Or do they remain forever in a state of pure possibility, forever unknown and ultimately, in a very real sense, non-existent to you? This isn't just a whimsical thought experiment. It strikes at the heart of how we define knowledge, experience, and even reality itself. Let's carefully navigate the branches of this perplexing problem. Consider the first path, the belief in full potentiality. In this view, every fruit in the orchard, whether tasted or not, holds an inherent and complete reality. Its flavor profile, its texture, its very essence exists independently of your interaction with it. Your act of tasting merely unveils a pre-existing truth. The untasted fruits, therefore, are real, even if their reality remains hidden from your senses. This perspective aligns with a certain kind of philosophical realism, where the world exists objectively, independent of our perception. The vast library of unread books still contains stories. The unvisited cities still bustle with life. The untasted fruits still hold their unique flavors. Our limited capacity to experience them all doesn't diminish their inherent reality. But this view leads us to a curious implication. If all potential experiences are real, then the scope of reality becomes almost unfathomably large, filled with countless possibilities that will never intersect with our individual lives. Does this vast, unexperienced realm hold the same weight and significance as our lived reality? Now, let's explore the second path, the reality of experience. This perspective argues that reality, at least as it pertains to our individual understanding, is fundamentally tied to experience. The untasted fruit, while possessing the potential for flavor, remains in a liminal state until it is actually tasted. The act of experiencing is what brings it into the realm of our known reality. Think of a musical score that has never been played. Does the symphony truly exist in its fullness until the instruments bring its notes to life? Or consider a language that has never been spoken. Does its intricate grammar and vocabulary hold a tangible reality without the breath and voice to articulate it? In this view, the untasted fruits are like unplayed scores or unspoken languages, full of potential but lacking the crucial element of interaction to solidify their existence within our personal universe. Our reality is constructed in part by the experiences we choose or are able to have. This perspective leans towards a form of constructivism or even idealism, where our minds and experiences play a more active role in shaping reality. The untasted fruits remain in a shadow realm of possibility, their reality contingent on the act of tasting. But this raises a thorny question. If reality is tied to experience, what about the experiences of others? Does a fruit tasted by someone else become more real than one that remains untasted by anyone? And what about the fruits that could be tasted but never will be? Do they fade into a state of ultimate non-existence? The paradox of the untasted fruit, much like the crocodile's dilemma, seems to lead us into a logical thicket. No matter which path we choose, we encounter unsettling implications about the nature of reality and the limits of our perception. But the paradox doesn't end with the question of existence. It also delves into the realm of value. Consider the value of the untasted. Do the untasted fruits hold any value for us? On one hand, they represent a loss, a potential for joy, knowledge, or sensation that will forever remain unrealized. The vastness of the unexperienced can be a source of melancholy, a reminder of our finite existence and the inherent limitations of our journey through life. Think of the roads not taken, the paths not pursued. They often hold a certain romantic allure, a sense of what could have been. This potential, even in its unrealized state, can influence our present, shaping our desires and perhaps even our regrets. But on the other hand, the untasted fruits also hold the power of pure potentiality. They are untainted by the limitations of actual experience. The unread book can be imagined as a masterpiece, the unvisited city as a paradise, the untasted fruit as a flavor beyond compare. In their untouched state, they can embody our ideals and aspirations. Perhaps the true value lies not in the tasting itself, but in the awareness of the orchard's boundless expanse. The knowledge that infinite possibilities exist, even if we can only experience a fraction of them, can inspire awe, curiosity, and a sense of wonder at the richness of the universe. The paradox of the untasted fruit, therefore, isn't just a puzzle about what is real, but also about what we value, the tangible experiences we gather, or the intangible potential that surrounds us. And like the crocodile guarding its prize, this paradox seems to hold its secrets tightly. There's no easy answer, no single solution that neatly resolves the tension between potential and actual experience. But perhaps the true insight lies not in finding an answer, but in the very act of contemplation. By grappling with the paradox of the untasted fruit, we are forced to confront our own limitations, the subjective nature of our reality, and the profound significance of the choices we make about how we engage with the world. So, the next time you bite into an apple, or finish reading a book, or return from a journey, take a moment to consider the infinite orchard that remains. Reflect on the untasted fruits, the unread pages, the unvisited lands. They may never fully enter your reality, but their potential, their very existence in the realm of possibility, continues to shape the contours of your understanding and the richness of the universe you inhabit.